Blue 42! Blue 42! Hut! Hut! Hike!
This is The Game Managers on WJLX 101.5, America's one and only sports talk show. Breaking down college football's biggest games, latest news, and greatest moments. Are you ready? Because it starts right now.
Welcome back to The Game Managers. I am Nick Norris. With me, Patrick Hannah. Patrick, Super Bowl week.
It's good. It's good. Go time, man. It's go time.
Woo! Super Bowl weekend is here, and with it, the last weekend of football. And that
for a little bit.
Yeah, until we get the
Stallions
back in action. They had their uniforms leaked.
Yes.
On Twitter recently. It was like one of the owners or something just tweeted a picture of every team's uniform.
I know, because they've been like hyping it up on social media, and then I came across them like somebody's about to get fired.
Yeah, I think it's one of the owners, so he's probably safe, but I bet he got a very strongly worded email.
From The Rock.
Yeah, from The Rock. Forgot he is involved. We're not here to talk about the What Rock this week. We got multiple weeks to talk about him in the NFL offseason. This week is all about the Patriots and the Seahawks, and we cannot wait for this one on Sunday. We're going to talk about it, preview it, make our picks. We're also going to talk about some more NFL hires that went down this week, some college basketball, a peek ahead into some baseball. It is February, so we got baseball this month. We got some hockey. And we're going to rank our favorite Super Bowl commercials and halftime performances as well. And talk about some weird bets you can make at the end of the show, too, this weekend. If you're a betting man or woman, it's 2026. Women can bet, Patrick.
That's right, they can.
That's right. Last week, the world was shocked when eight-time Super Bowl champion Bill Belichick was left off of the Hall of Fame ballot. This week, the Patriots' owner, Robert Kraft, was not selected to the Hall of Fame. Patrick, what is going on with the selection committee or however this is decided?
Some people got some grudges. I mean, that's all I can say, because I mean, I don't like either one of them, but here's the thing. I'm going to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
I mean, they deserve the recognition. They deserve to be on the ballot, let people have a voice, let them be heard. And I just don't know why we've kind of got grudges going on with this.
It feels that way. But if you leave them two out, you better leave Tom Brady out.
Oh yeah,
you got to leave all three out now.
Yeah.
So now none of them are going to be
exactly.
That's you can't let him and not the other two. Honestly, I don't care too much about Robert Kraft. I don't love the idea of owners being in the Hall of Fame anyway. It's if they want to have their little area, that's fine. But leaving out Bill Belichick to me is a way bigger insult.
That is a very, very big insult, is him being left out of it. And that was literally the point I was going to make. If you're not going to have Belichick or Kraft, how can you okay Brady?
Yeah.
I mean,
how much weight are you putting on that one Super Bowl with Tampa Bay?
Exactly.
Yeah, so more weight than they're giving Belichick for his two as defense coordinator, apparently.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll keep an eye on that. Brady is still a couple years out, I think, from being able to be selected. I know it's 5 years. When was his last year? 2022?
Yeah, it was 2022.
Yeah, so.
But I will say, I do like him. I didn't think I'd like him doing color commentary, but he's really good.
That first year was rough. And then he's really kind of figured it out.
Yeah,
he's done a good job. He's been leaning more into his strengths, which is talking about his experiences and relating his experiences. Something he didn't do last year very much for whatever reason. This year, that's what people want to hear. So now he's kind of leaning into that, and it's making it a much better product.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people like about Tony Romo. He just talks from a quarterback standpoint.
Yeah, I don't know how much more we're going to see of Tony Romo.
Yeah, I don't know either. But I've enjoyed him, though. I've always enjoyed him.
Yeah, I've never been a Romo hater, but there are a lot of them out there.
Yeah,
they get
are
pretty loud, as well as for Al Michaels, who he's getting on up there in age, and you're starting to feel it.
Yeah.
His commentary a little. Still one of the greatest to ever do it. So they're not going to be firing him anytime soon. But he's definitely. I could definitely see them at some point being like, "You sure you want to keep doing?
Yeah,
It's time. You should just go relax."
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye on all of that. But we have our final 2 NFL head coaching hires this week. We have been making these announcements for 2 months now, different hires made. We finally got our last 2. The Raiders are hiring Seahawks offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak as their next head coach. The Cardinals have hired Rams offensive coordinator Michael LaFleur as theirs, bringing this historically wild NFL head coaching carousel to a close. I think these are both pretty good hires.
They are, but if you were to ask me 2 months ago if these would have been the last 2 teams to hire, I would have lost money.
Yeah, I would have assumed they would have been the first.
I would have too.
Yeah.
You know, Kubiak, if you look over his last couple stops and as an offensive coordinator and working with quarterbacks, it makes you wonder why it took so long for him to be able to get the opportunity to be the head coach. Because what he has done has just been remarkable.
Yeah.
And then when you go and you look, because everybody likes to talk about coaching trees, and they always talk about the Andy Reid. When are we going to start giving credit to Sean McVay?
Yes, yeah.
I mean, his coaching tree, to me, is more impressive than Andy Reid's. And I went and looked at some statistics, and McVay's assistants have a better winning percentage than Andy Reid's.
Oh, wow.
Which really speaks volumes of what he's done. And they're all still young and still full of energy. No disrespect to Andy Reid. I'm a huge fan of his.
Yeah.
But his assistants, you can tell, are not ready for that next step as McVay has put into his.
Right. Yeah. And maybe a part of that is waiting for the right jobs. Like maybe McVay's have a little more, but maybe just being more ready to go into that head coaching position. Either way. That's a great statistic. I had not seen that. That's very interesting. Something I did see, speaking about Andy Reid this week, Patrick Mahomes threw us a curveball on Twitter. Apparently, Travis Kelce Wednesday was at some kind of golf thing, and Patrick Mahomes was showing some support, but the only thing on his tweet was Travis Kelce LFG and then the dart emoji. And so immediately I was like, oh, he announced he's coming back. Mm-hmm. No, he just had a good swing. I was like, all right, well, I guess you don't have that answer yet. But I'm sure that's got to be coming within the next 3 months, his decision.
Either that or he'll wait till after his wedding.
Yeah, and that's very possible. What's that's coming up?
I was about to say, that's right around the corner too, ain't it?
I think so. Are you going?
I haven't got my thing yet. I'll send in a request, make sure you had my right address.
I'll take you as my +1.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
We got some sad news for some people, not for Alabama fans, but the Gus Bus has part for good. The former Auburn head coach, FSU offensive coordinator Gus Malzahn has announced his retirement. He, of course, won a national championship with Auburn as the OC in 2010, made it back to the Natty in 2013 as the head coach, and the last time Auburn had a winning season without Gus was 2007. Been a minute.
Yep.
And he has been giving Alabama trouble up through last season.
Yeah.
So this is a sad day for Gus Malzahn defenders, the few that were left after his tenure at Auburn. It seems like it's one of those situations where he's been away long enough now that people have kind of softened on him, whereas they were, Auburn was really clamoring to get him out of there for a little bit. Seems like now there's a little bit more of an appreciation for Gus Malzahn.
Probably sitting there saying, what in the world were we thinking?
Yeah.
He's also the most winningest coach to be able to beat Nick Saban outside of his own coaching tree.
That's right. Yeah, he had the best record against him and then had a great record against DeBoer.
Yeah,
so.
And the thing about him that really sticks out to me when you go back and you look at his career, I mean, how many people can say that they went from a small school, high school, worked his way up the ranks in high school, into college, and then be able to make it to a national championship, and to be able to make it to the SEC?
Trent Dilfer can say the first half of that.
Well, yeah, he can say the first half.
Then he can't say SEC or national champion.
Yeah, and then he's like, look, I ain't made for college. I'm going back to high school.
Yeah, really a good call. Probably for the best. Speaking of maybe not going back to college, Tennessee quarterback Joey Aguilar is suing the NCAA in Knox County for a 6th season of eligibility. This is seeking to extend his eligibility to play for the Vols in the 2026 season. it seems like this is one of many cases that came out this week where the NCAA just said, no, we're shutting it down. No more 30-year-olds playing in college. You're not, no more 6 years of eligibility. Which it's unfortunate to be that guy that
has to be the example.
It has to be the example, but good. This needed to happen. I'm tired of seeing 30-year-olds, guys my age, play college football. The goal used to be to get to the league. Let's get it back to that.
Yeah.
You know, so, yeah.
Well, and that's the thing, too, because you knew the crap was going to hit the fan whenever they decided to put their foot down. And like you said, I'm glad they're doing it.
Yeah.
You know, there's only going to be one Diego Pavio that makes it an exception there. But I will say, you know, I do feel bad for him, and I feel bad for Simmons.
Yeah.
You know, because both of them, if you go by the guidelines that they were talking, they're within the guidelines to get that extra year of eligibility. You know, Simmons had an injury that put him out for a year when he was in D2 or D3. I can't remember which one it was. You know, but for Joey's case, he just didn't get that chance to play.
Right.
And so, you know, I hate it for both of them because they both got great stories, great comeback stories to be able to be successful, wanting to improve their draft stock. But my thing is this, you know, you've got your money from your NIL, and I'm praying to God that's the next thing that the NCAA gets a hold of.
Yeah,
is needs to put a cap in there.
Yeah.
But you guys had good years to where I feel if you went and did a pro day, you got an invite to the combine, say that you're going to go pro, because you'll get an invite there because there's not many quarterbacks in this year's draft. Take the opportunity and get it. And if you don't get it, you got the UFL, you got Canadian League that you can go and play in.
That's right. And I think those guys will, if they want to, will have some sort of professional career. It may not necessarily be with the NFL, but it could be, you know, with UFL or the Canadian Football League. There are other alternatives there if they want to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Patrick, do you know we have 2 Iron Bowls this weekend?
We do.
Yeah, we have
the
the Ice Bowl tonight, Friday night. This is the Alabama and Auburn facing off on the ice hockey. And you can see that they're in Pelham, Alabama.
Yes.
And then we also have an Iron Bowl on the court. That's going to be on ESPN. You can catch that ESPN2 at 3 p.m. Alabama and Auburn's men's basketball. They're at Auburn Arena. So 2 Iron Bowls this weekend. How do you feel about them calling it like the Iron Bowl of basketball or the Iron Bowl of hockey? I get it.
I get it, but it's just basketball and men's basketball these past couple of years have been some of the better basketball games I've seen. And so I can get it from that standpoint.
Yeah.
The hockey, I just don't know. That should really just be, like you said, the Ice Bowl. You know?
Yeah.
But
I get it, and you just call it that to get butts and seats, and what else are you going to call it? I get all that. But
yeah,
I don't know.
You know,
it's kind of like when you say, like, oh, this is the France of Texas or whatever, or the Paris of Texas. Like, yeah, but if it's the of something, it's never that thing. It's supposed to be the of.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and if you go and you look, this game on Saturday, I'm really kind of excited for. I'm going to be keeping an eye on it during our sectionals because Auburn's starting to play Auburn basketball now. They're finding their identity.
That's right.
Bama had a thriller the other night with A&M. So they're kind of finding their groove. And then you got all the off-the-court drama that Bama's got with their guy that's supposed to come out as well. So, you know, that's going to have a big take on it. And from everything I've been reading, there could be some penalties and all coming out. So I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a very good matchup. The hockey, that's your expertise. I mean,
I've never been to an Alabama hockey game. It is at the same location where they do the Bulls games, and I think that's cool. And the Auburn hockey jerseys have never stood out to me, and I am biased. I'm an Alabama fan, but the Alabama hockey jerseys I like them more than the Alabama football jerseys. Like, they look so nice. It looks like the old 1920s Alabama jerseys. It's like the football jerseys, like the long sleeve, red and white. They look great. So I've always wanted to get one of their jerseys, but I've actually never been to an Alabama hockey game. So I have no idea how good they are this year, either team. But yeah, if you got nothing to do on this Friday night, go out and check out some Alabama-Auburn hockey. It's always Pelham always does a good job putting on their hockey games. They do a good job.
And they've got a nice facility over there too.
They do, yeah, it's great. You ever played broom ball?
Broom ball? No, I have not.
Broom ball is great. You can do that at Pelham. You can rent out the one of the rinks and they'll set it up for you. But it's hockey in tennis shoes with a broom, full tackle. And it's fantastic. It's a lot of fun. Like you go to like a birthday party, or they do it for little like fraternity events and stuff. Get a bunch of teen boys out there and just knock each other down on the ice. It's really funny and it's really fun to watch. But it's also really fun to do.
Maybe we need to go record.
That's right.
And watch the next one.
Or participate.
Oh, hey, you never know.
Yeah, I don't know. We might be hurting the next week.
Yeah. You got to remember, we got to get up and go to work the next day.
Yeah, that's right. We don't do a lot of NBA news on this show, but we do have some this week. The trade deadline came and went on Thursday, had some big moves. The Clippers traded James Harden to the Cavs for Darius Garland. The Jazz acquired Jaren Jackson Jr. as the Grizzlies stocked up on some picks. The Celtics acquired, and this is one of those names that when you say it's hard, Nikola Vucevic, I think it's how you say it, from the Bulls for Anthony Simmons. Timberwolves dumped Mike Connolly's contract in a deal that sends Jaden Ivey to the Bulls. The Cavs acquired Keon Ellis from the Kings, and the Mavs traded AD Anthony Davis to the Wizards for Chris Middleton. 2 first-round picks, multiple players. 76ers are trading Jared McCain to the Thunder for a 2026 first-round pick and 3 second-round picks, and the Clippers ship Chris Paul to the Raptors. And then finally, the Warriors send Jonathan Kuminga to the Hawks for Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis, man, when about around 2016, 2018, he was the man. I know he's still a very, very effective player, but man, that was when he felt like he was at the height of his popularity.
Yeah, and that I feel was the Warriors' plan B because they were trying to get Giannis.
Yeah.
Which I still just don't understand why the Bucks are holding on to him.
Yeah.
They want to get rid of him. He wants to leave.
Yeah.
But for some reason.
Well, that was supposed to be the big trade that everybody was waiting for, holding their breath for, and then it never materialized.
Never happened. And
I guess they were asking for too much.
Well, that's what I was kind of thinking too, because I really thought I was out of the Warriors' reach. But seeing him and Steph Curry would have been pretty cool, especially with Butler being down. Yeah. But I was hoping that he would go to the Knicks because I think that would have been a perfect fit with Mike Brown as the coach over there. I really think the winner of these trades right here, I'm thinking it's the Cavs, man. I mean, James Harden.
Yeah. To
be able to go with their already, small big three that they have out there, that's going to be fun to watch. The Mavs are basically rebuild 2.0 here again, which shows how good of a coach Jason Kidd is, that he's still able to win and make playoffs. And the Chris Paul one, I just don't understand because, and I could totally be wrong, and if somebody's watching this and all, please comment and kind of set me straight on this. I thought he was going to retire and he was going to go either to the front office there or he was going to take a assistant coach spot with the Spurs.
Well, at least not for another year.
Well, yeah, at least not for another year because he's, going to Toronto, that because he hasn't played a minute for the Clippers this year.
It doesn't happen every year. It didn't happen last year, but it happened the year before, and it happened this year. Birmingham will usually host a preseason game.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the one a couple of years ago. Got to watch James Harden. He didn't play a whole lot because you don't really play a lot of your starters for meaningful minutes. But he got in there for a few minutes. That was pretty cool to see. In person. It's the only NBA game I've been to. And I know it doesn't count toward anything, but even the 3 minutes of playtime he was in, it was cool to see a true NBA star on there. That was pretty awesome. So they're to the Cavs now, along with Keon Ellis. They got a couple pickups there before the deadline. In MLB, it is February, which means we have baseball this month. Spring training kicks off February 20th. So we are, what is today, the 6th? So we're 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks out.
Now, Nick, is your team the Pirates?
It is, yeah.
I'm there with you. I'm the Cubs.
Okay.
So we don't really both have nothing much to really talk about.
I've got to tour both of those stadiums though. And that was really cool.
Yeah. Everybody says that both of those are like two of the best ones outside of the Yankees and the Red Sox.
Yeah, the Cubs was really cool. Our tour guide was fantastic. It was March, so it was cold, but it wasn't like freezing, so it was perfect like temperature to get out there and really see everything. Seeing the locker rooms is cool.
Mm-hmm.
I went to, speaking of Chicago, I went to the Bears Stadium, and they wouldn't let us in the locker room. I don't know if I said this on the show, but they were like, yeah, we don't let anybody, even if Taylor Swift comes to perform, she doesn't go in our locker room. It's like, why? What have y'all done?
Yeah. What are you hiding back there?
What legends do you have back there besides the 3 that's on every other wall?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what does it matter? But that's how they feel about things there at Soldier Field for some reason. Keep threatening to tear it down.
Well, that's what I said. Now I understand why people are all for us. Tear it down.
Yeah, I can't see it anyway.
But let us know what's going on inside there first.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll keep up. We'll keep up with the Pirates and the Cubs. There's not going to be a whole lot to keep up with. I mean, it's going to be the Dodgers.
Yeah.
We know the final result.
Yeah.
But it's
money talks.
That's right.
Money talks is all you can say.
What will be interesting about this MLB season is seeing when it gets toward the end how angry everyone is and how obvious it's going to be that we're not going to have baseball next year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
it's a given.
It. Well, you got it. Yeah. So we're not going to have it next season. No way. NASCAR. Brad Priest wins the Cookout Clash at Bowman Gray in North Carolina amid winter weather on Wednesday night, and we have a lot of NASCAR races this year on right here on WJLX. So be sure to check that out. We have our schedule on the Facebook page. You can find it there. See which races we will be hosting, have here, and we're really excited about our NASCAR coverage. And Patrick, especially once we get past the Super Bowl and everything, I know NASCAR is your wheelhouse.
That's right.
So we'll do a whole lot more NASCAR talking as it revs up and as football calms down. Lastly, in hockey, Tampa Bay Lightning made headlines this week when they came back from 4 down for the first time in team history against the Bruins to win 6-5 in the Stadium Series. That was crazy. Happened earlier this week. And then what happened just Wednesday, Gavin McKenna, who is the all-around favorite to be the top prospect in the 2026 NHL draft, he was arrested on felony charges Wednesday night. What's worse is they caught him on camera throwing multiple punches at this alleged victim. Supposedly, he got in an exchange with a guy outside a bar, which is classic hockey right there. Knocked the guy around a little bit. The victim lost a tooth, sustained fractures to both sides of his jaw. This guy's a brawler. Brutal stuff right there. I don't think, just because of the culture of hockey, I don't think this is going to affect his draft stock significantly. But clean it up a little bit. Wait till you get wait till you sign that contract.
Well, my question is, 18 and at a bar?
That's a good question.
I mean, that's...
Well, he was outside it does say in the article a bar he was at.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It says that he's at a bar in the article I read. So... this bar is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, some bars, especially in big cities, will let you in at 18. They just won't serve you. And you go in the bathroom and you wash the X off your hand, and then you go get your drink.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Doesn't sound like a sober incident, does it?
No, it does not. It does not.
Yeah.
But it also tells me, even at 18, I'm 39, I ain't going to mess with this dude. I mean, because...
Oh, yeah. Somebody did, and somebody found out. And somebody's probably going to get a lot of money.
Yeah, somebody's going to have their medical bills taken care of in a nice little long vacation.
That's right. And then this is the craziest news, and I think the most interesting news of the week. Olympic skier Lindsey Vonn announced she ruptured her ACL last Friday. Mm-hmm. And she said, but you know what, I'm just going to participate anyway. She is going to compete in the Olympics on this Sunday. So talk about some serious toughness. I mean, just... rupture your ACL. Dudes in the NBA will
they'll sit out
their finger back and sit out 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. Tear your ACL, not tear, but rupture your ACL, and just be like, yeah, I'm probably fine. Let's do it.
Well, and you also got to remember too, she's not a young chicken anymore.
Yeah.
I think the article I read, well, I'm not going to say the age because I don't want to make anybody mad guessing the female's age wrong.
I can pull it up.
Yeah, pull it up, and that way I feel a little bit safer and I don't have to have a security guard afterwards.
She's 41.
41, okay, that's what I was thinking. Whew. Okay, good.
Yeah, I guess she knows she doesn't have many of these left in her.
Yeah, and kudos to her. I mean, I respect there, but with what she does skiing, you've got to have good stability.
Yeah. You ain't good.
Now, I've messed up my knee before, and I couldn't be able to do what she did. And I was still in okay shape.
Yeah.
I mean, but, I hope she does well, but this will have to be her last, and I think that's the reason why she's wanting to push through it.
Imagine if she wins it.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be one of the greatest stories in sports history.
It would be.
Yeah.
And then everybody's going to want to see if she took anything, extra to be able to make it through there.
Yeah. And whatever she needs to take, as long as it's legal to get through the pain, go for it. She knows her body. She can get through it. But that brings us, Patrick, to the Super Bowl, and we're going to talk all about it. But we have to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Super Bowl. We're going to talk about some of the past Super Bowls, our favorite performances at the halftime show, our favorite commercials. I've got a good list here. We're going to go through a whole lot of it, and we'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
Hello, folks. This is Greg Hansen with North Country Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in beautiful Arab in Jasper, Alabama, bringing you the biggest competition between the Chrysler store and the Ford store all year long. Our teams are teaming up to save you thousands of dollars. We've actually put the teams together, and they're in a competition to see who brings home the trophy. So in conjunction with the Chrysler Wrap Up the Year sales event, we are giving the biggest discounts of the year. It is our Wrapping Up the Year sales event, and the only way that we're going to win this competition against Ford is if you show up to save the thousands of dollars. Top dollar for your trade and 0% financing and the lowest payments possible. For instance, a 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee discounted over $12,000. Drive it home for $29,999. Used cars as low as only $49,999. That's the kind of savings that you're going to get when you buy from the Chrysler store at North Country Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Arab and Jasper. Check us out on the web at NorthAlabamaCars.com. I'll see you soon.
Hey guys, this is Ashley Anthony coming to you from North Country Ford in beautiful Arab in Jasper, Alabama. Guys, I know you just heard my better half say that there's a big competition. Well, let me tell you what team you want to be part of. You want to be part of Ashley's Ford team. The number one selling truck in the world is the Ford F-150, and the number one place to buy your vehicle is from Ashley. Make sure you ask for Ashley's team. Guys, don't listen to what he said. I'll give you the biggest discounts, the most money for your trade, and the best buying experience you ever had. Y'all come make the short drive to Arab or Jasper, Alabama, and I promise you'll be glad you did. Make sure that you ask for Ashley's team because that's the winning team. Nobody wants to be on my better half's losing team, right? Y'all make the short drive to Arab or Jasper, Alabama, where I promise you'll drive a little and save a lot. Or check us out on the web at NorthAlabamaCars.com. And as he says, but I say it better, I'll see you soon.
Hello, folks. This is Greg Hansen with North Country Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in beautiful Arab in Jasper, Alabama, bringing you the biggest competition between the Chrysler store and the Ford store all year long. Our teams are teaming up to save you thousands of dollars. We've actually put the teams together, and they're in a competition to see who brings home the trophy. So in conjunction with the Chrysler Wrap Up the Year sales event, we are giving the biggest discounts of the year. It is our Wrapping Up the Year sales event, and the only way that we're going to win this competition against Ford is if you show up to save the thousands of dollars. Top dollar for your trade and 0% financing and the lowest payments possible. For instance, a 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee discounted over $12,000. Drive it home for $29,999. Used cars as low as only $49,999. That's the kind of savings that you're going to get when you buy from the Chrysler store at North Country Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Arab and Jasper. Check us out on the web at NorthAlabamaCars.com. I'll see you soon.
Hey guys, this is Ashley Anthony coming to you from North Country Ford in beautiful Arab in Jasper, Alabama. Guys, I know you just heard my better half say that there's a big competition. Well, let me tell you what team you want to be part of. You want to be part of Ashley's Ford team. The number one selling truck in the world is the Ford F-150, and the number one place to buy your vehicle is from Ashley. Make sure you ask for Ashley's team. Guys, don't listen to what he said. I'll give you the biggest discounts, the most money for your trade, and the best buying experience you ever had. Y'all come make the short drive to Arab or Jasper, Alabama, and I promise you'll be glad you did. Make sure that you ask for Ashley's team because that's the winning team. Nobody wants to be on my better half's losing team, right? Y'all make the short drive to Arab or Jasper, Alabama, where I promise you'll drive a little and save a lot. Or check us out on the web at NorthAlabamaCars.com. And as he says, but I say it better, I'll see you soon.
You're listening to The Game Managers on WJLX 101.5.
And we are the Game Managers. And we are at Super Bowl weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick, I'm pumped up. I just got back from the gym. I had a C4, and then I went in and I bought something in there called like a Blam.
A blam.
Yeah, I don't think it was necessarily called that, but it was something along the lines of that. It was disgusting, but it definitely had a lot of caffeine in it. So I'm over the top, and we're going to talk about this Super Bowl and all of the excitement that comes with it. Now, if you want to go to the Super Bowl, Patrick, now we're not even talking about parking or hotel or flights, okay? But if you just want to get the average ticket, that's going to run you about $6,773. Okay, so North Country Ford's going to need to up their advertisements with us.
To get the back row Baptist seat.
And if North Country Ford decides they want to run a commercial during the Super Bowl, and let's say 30 seconds, it's going to cost them about $8 million.
Woo!
So hopefully they either have already started making payments on that through Klarna or something, but it's going to be a little expensive. Now, this is the 14th Super Bowl held in the state of California. And there's only one state that has hosted more with 17. Patrick, do you know what state that is?
I was going to say Florida.
You're right. It is Florida.
Boom.
Only Florida has hosted more Super Bowls with 17 of them. And this is the 10th Super Bowl rematch in NFL history. The winner of the first meeting is 6-3 in the second meeting. So that looks good for the Seahawks, of course, who beat the Patriots in their last Super Bowl meeting. This is the only Super Bowl since the 1970 AFL-NFL merger, in which both teams ranked in the top 4 in regular season scoring offense and regular season scoring defense.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that's a pretty good set. And this is a crazy one, too. This is also the first Super Bowl matchup since 1981 when we had the 49ers and the Bengals to feature two teams that had preseason Super Bowl odds of 50-1 or longer. Nobody thought either of these teams were going to be there.
Oh, I'll be honest, I didn't.
Yeah.
That's why I say Coach of the Year is a hard choice.
Oh, yeah, it really is. It is. And we should be... We are recording this early, but that should be out. MVP, Coach of the Year.
That should be out.
By the time this airs,
yeah.
Yes. So sorry we missed out on those. We'll briefly mention them next week, though. We are recording this a little bit early. This is the Patriots are a 4.5-point favorite according to DraftKings Sportsbook. However, underdogs have won 3 straight Super Bowls, and that's tied for the longest streak ever. So if the Patriots pull it out, they will be the longest streak ever loaned. And they have covered in 5 straight Super Bowls. That is the longest streak ever already. Now, I got one more fact for you, Patrick. Over the past 21 years, a team wearing white has gone 16-5, which is good for the Patriots because they are choosing to wear white, but they've also lost 2 straight. So is that opposite of a curse broken? That blessing broken, I guess you would say. Anyway, Patrick, let's talk about this Super Bowl before we get into our rankings for commercials and performances. 14-3 Seahawks and the 14-3 Patriots. 5:30 p.m. on NBC. How long with commercials do you think this game's going to go for? Over under 4 hours. Over, right?
I say over.
Yeah. Do you think it'd be closer to 5?
I think it'll be right under 5.
Right under 5. That is a long time.
Because I'm sitting there thinking, because you got to remember they got extended pregame and halftime.
That's right.
And then everybody's got to get their money's worth on the commercials.
Yeah.
So, and then you got the ceremony at the end.
Yeah.
That you got to include too.
And you got to hope nothing goes wrong with the Ravens Super Bowl, Ravens 49ers, where they just lost power.
Oh my gosh, yes, that was the Harbaugh Bowl too.
Yes, that was the Harbaugh Bowl. That was crazy. I remember I was at a Super Bowl party for that, and it lasted for so long. We're like, we're gonna keep doing this. Everybody's gonna go home. Yeah, that's a work night.
The dip's gone, so you know.
Yeah. Now, since I printed this out not very long ago. The Seahawks are already starting to lose a little bit of their odds here. They're down to 3.5, so just over a field goal over the Patriots. ESPN Matchup Predictor, though, gives the Seahawks a 60.7% chance of winning this. And yeah, I just don't see the Seahawks losing this one. They are the most complete team in football. That defense is absolutely nasty. I feel like you only get a defense that carries to the Super Bowl once every about decade. And I think this is that team.
And this is probably the first team in a long time that is just, it's hard to find a weakness.
Yes.
You know, and nothing against the Patriots. What Mike Vrabel's done is he made Tennessee look like a bunch of idiots for firing him.
Yeah.
But I think the clock strikes midnight for Vrabel and the Patriots.
I think so too. I think this is And ridiculously successful season for a second-year head coach.
Oh, my
You
gosh.
know, a team that won 4 games last season.
Yeah.
I mean, astronomically over the top, incredible. But yeah, I don't think they get it done this year. They'll be back, no doubt about it. But I don't think this is the year. But it's the Super Bowl.
Anything can happen.
Can happen. The good news for these teams, it's going to be a nice, sunny, partly cloudy day there in Santa Clara. 67 degrees. If Maddie was here, she would have made.
Oh yeah, she'd begin you on that one.
But it's going to be nice weather, and I know New England players are going to be. I'm sure they're already appreciating and enjoying that, getting out of New England for a little bit. Not too different there, probably for the Seahawks. But yeah, I'm taking the Seahawks. And I hope the Seahawks win because, of course, if the Patriots do, they will beat the Steelers for most Super Bowls of all time. Mm-hmm. That's a record I don't want to lose just yet.
You got McCarthy. He's going to help keep it.
Yeah, okay. Okay, sure. You're taking the Seahawks as well.
Yes, I am.
All right.
I'm taking the Seahawks as well.
Put money on it. Patrick said, bet the house.
That's right.
He said he knows it in his heart. Don't do that. We do not promote sports gambling until they start paying us to do so. So now we do not. I'm not a sports gambling guy, but this is the week if you're going to do it, and I'm going to give you some weird bets you can make here at the end of the show. But before we get into that, Patrick, we came up with our list. Since Maddie's not here to give us her minute, we are going to go through our favorite. Do you want to do performances first, or do you want to do commercials first?
Let's go commercials first.
Let's go commercials. And what we'll do is we'll do our top 3. I'll do 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, like we usually do. And then for the performances, we may just do 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1 to save time. Commercials, number 3. This one is not a funny one. I mean, there are some like haha moments, but it's more so like a good feeling, sort of nostalgic, happy commercial. And it came out, I think, 17 maybe, sometime between 2014 2017. I didn't put the year down. But it's the Volkswagen Star Wars The Force commercial.
Yes, that was 2011. That was going to be my honorable mention.
Your honorable mention. That is a fantastic commercial.
Yes, it is.
It's so rare that a commercial pulls off like a heartwarming vibe because, you know, cynically you're thinking, well, they're just trying to sell me something. But like seeing that, the little kid with the Darth Vader mask on, he's trying to use the Force and he can't. For anybody who doesn't remember this picture, this commercial, trying to use the Force and nothing's working. And then the dad, I think, or the mom walks outside. They got the new Volkswagen. And they can open they can start the car with the remote. And he puts his hand out, and then that starts. And he steps back like in shock. Like, oh my God, I did it.
Yes.
That's such a good commercial. I love that one. So props to Volkswagen on making a commercial they'll never be able to top. What do you got for your third?
So we're going back in time.
Okay.
It's 1979.
All right.
Coca-Cola commercial.
Yeah, you got my number 1.
Mean Joe Green.
That is my number 1. That kid catch.
Yes.
Man, Joe Green. I have been wanting a Joe Green jersey for a while. I've been collecting some of those steel curtain 70s jerseys, and oh man, what a great commercial! You know, they remade that in the 2000s. I don't remember what player it was.
It was Troy Polamalu, I think.
Was it Polamalu?
I think it was.
That makes sense. Keep it with the Steelers.
Yeah, I think it was him. Because then after they did that, they changed it to like some shampoo and stuff as well because of his hair.
Yeah, he was with Head & Shoulders for a long time. When I think of Troy Polamalu commercials, I think the Head & Shoulders.
Yes.
I remember the remake not hitting the same, but people would be like, oh yeah, I remember that commercial.
Yeah, because it started off with Mean Joe Green, and then it was like a time warp, and then it was there.
Polamalu, yeah. It doesn't work quite the same because Polamalu was so nice. Like, he was mean on the field.
Yes.
But Joe Green's thing is that he was scary.
Yes, he was.
That was like the thing of the commercial. Whereas Polamalu was very soft-spoken.
Very.
Very, very, like, warm.
Because
Mean Joe Green was not warm.
With how dominant he was on that defense, you would think he would be the one that gets all the interviews, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
In that.
Yeah. That is a great career. That is my number 1. That's a fantastic one. Of course, as a Steeler fan, I had to go with that one. That will probably never be topped as just a football commercial, like a commercial about football.
Yes.
That'll probably never be topped. It's up there. My number 2, and then I'll let you hit your 2 and 1 and throw in any honorable mentions we want to last. But number 2, I got the Trump Monkey. The Subaru Trunk Monkey. I thought those were so funny as a kid. If anybody doesn't remember that one, because it was big for a couple years. But Subaru had these weird, bizarre commercials where if you were riding a Subaru, you could reach up, press a button that had a monkey's face on it, and a monkey would come out of your trunk and do all kinds of stuff, like assault someone or whatever you needed them to do. They were so bizarre, but I thought they were so great. Trunk Monkeys got my number 2. What about you?
Take it back to the millennium, year 2000, the commercial that everybody talked about for years, the What's Up commercial.
Oh, What's Up?
Yeah, the What's Up. Yeah, that one was my number 2. Another honorable mention that I had in there was the Snickers Betty White commercial.
Oh, man. Betty White, what a legend.
Y'all, I'm telling you.
That commercial is so shocking on a first watch. Just
yes.
her get laid out. Like
yes, because I was sitting there, I'm just like, the Golden Girl just got knocked out.
Yeah. And number 1?
My number 1, it's kind of like the Volkswagen. It's not really a funny. It's more of a sentimental.
Yeah.
And it's the Budweiser with the horses.
Yes.
And it starts off as a baby being, raised and groomed and trained, and then it gets its opportunity for its big moment, and the owner's there for it, and he makes contact with the owner, and they have that reuniting and all. A very sentimental commercial that kind of brings it full circle. That one was, I forgot what year that came out. I didn't write that one down because I was sitting there watching, like, oh my gosh, this is so sad. This got to be my number 1 because it's a full circle moment and stuff. And so you can't top that. And if I had to really say who had the best commercials overall, when you're looking at all the companies that are in there, I'm not a big drinker. I'm not promoting drinking and stuff. Is Budweiser.
They have great commercials.
They have great commercials, and that's the thing I was telling somebody at work, because I'm not a drinker, but those commercials are always the best ones.
Yes, I used to have when I was a teenager in my parents' basement. I had a mirror with the Budweiser's Clydesdales on it, and I thought that was the coolest mirror, and it was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Budweiser marketing, what they used to do. I think that was, they did a great job. Yeah. Some of my honorable mentions, I don't even remember, and I didn't even take the time to look it up, but I see the image in my head. It probably failed marketing because I don't know what it was advertising. There's a commercial where these guys are driving a van toward the ocean, and they just have an orca in the back of their truck, and they have to sling it around and get the orca into the ocean before it died. Ridiculous.
Wow.
I don't know what it was promoting, and in that regard it failed, but maybe not, because people are going to look up orca commercial and find that. But
that's what I was actually fixing to do. I was like, what?
Every Doritos commercial, they're always
the Doritos ones are good too.
The GoDaddy Baby. Was it? No, there was the E-Trade Baby or something like that.
Yeah, it was E-Trade.
E-Trade, the talking babies. That was a big one for a long time. People loved those. And the Snickers commercials are great too. Yeah. Do you have any other honorable mentions?
No, that was all my honorable mentions there.
Very nice. Well, comment below your favorite Super Bowl commercial. I watched the last 2 Super Bowls in Australia, and it's very strange because you don't get the commercials on it. Like, they don't, they're not paying to have all those commercials broadcast in Australia. So they just stay with the game for the most part, and they'll have different commentators come out, and it's pretty cool, and it's kind of nice to have less of the commercials, but also it's kind of fun to watch the commercials.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's do our favorite halftime performances. Unless you found that well commercial.
No, I didn't find that one. I did not find that one.
Yeah, I don't even know what to look up. Well, Super Bowl. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. Well, Super Bowl commercial.
But you have caught my interest to where
Nerd wallets. No, that was 2025. I don't know. This was 10 years ago. I'm not going to take any time on air to look this up, but that was an honorable mention. If you're interested, you can look up Orca commercial, I guess. But let's talk about our 3 favorite halftime performances. Now, I don't know about you, Patrick, and feel free to answer these however you want, but I chose ones that I remember, not ones that have all time. So that for me eliminated Michael Jackson, which obviously would be most people's number one.
Oh yeah, if I was going to go back, that one would have been my number 2.
Yeah. So I just went back through the ones I remembered, and the earliest one I remembered was Janet Jackson. And that was a great commercial. A great show. And obviously, There was the very famous slip up.
Yeah,
The malfunction there with their clothing. But I put that one as number 3. That's such a memorable one. I feel like out of all Super Bowl halftime performances ever, it's the most referenced, even though for unflattering reasons.
Yes,
yes. But still, I mean, people still looked at that show up, and it was very strong. So I've got that one for my number 3 halftime. What about you? What do you got there?
My number 3, I was actually having a hard time, and so I actually asked my wife on this one.
Okay.
And she said hers would have been 2022 Dr. Dre and Friends.
That's my number 2.
That's your number 2? That was her number 3.
Yeah, that was, I mean, that one was great because of the surprises.
Yes.
Like, nobody knew everybody's going to pop out. Snoop Dogg and
LL Cool J, 50 Cent, Rihanna.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yes.
Such a great lineup. I mean, that was awesome. What sucks about that show is that their whole prop was facing one direction.
Yes.
So if you were on the other side, you just missed the whole show. Like, you heard it, but you didn't get to see anything.
Yeah, because that was for me, because going back to ones that I remember, there's just so many good ones.
Yeah. What was your number 2?
My number 2, this one, Maddie was very excited for this because 2015 Katy Perry.
Yeah, she came out on that Big Tiger, right?
Yes, came out on the Big Tiger, and then she had the Baby Sharks and stuff that she did in there as well. Yeah. That's the reason why Maddie picked it, was the Baby Sharks in there.
The dancing sharks. Those that one shark that was doing like the wrong choreography or whatever.
Yes.
That was a very memorable one. A couple honorable mentions before I put mine out there, but Lady Gaga's was great when she just jumped off the ceiling of the stadium. That was crazy. Kendrick Lamar I really liked. I know it wasn't as big as some of those in the past. I'd say it wasn't even as strong as the one he just was in with Dr. Dre. But I thought his was good. What I didn't love, and it's not that it wasn't good, but I didn't love Usher's from a couple years ago.
I didn't either. I didn't either.
It wasn't bad, but at the time I was just like, oh, is that it? Okay. My number 1 though is Prince.
That was my number 1 too.
I don't know how it couldn't be anybody's number 1.
Yeah,
unless you like.
It was just a classic performance. It wasn't like there was nothing like big, blow ups, pyro.
Yeah.
It was just like a classic concert. Because 2 of my honorable mentions, I had U2.
Yep.
Their one was another good classic, and then the other one was Beyonce, and she reunited with Destiny's Child.
That was a really strong.
That was a very strong show.
That was a really, really entertaining one as well. Yeah, there have been some hits.
Yeah.
I do think, and you hear people say this all the time. I do think we're due for a rock one. I think we're now getting into the era where 2000s rock is becoming nostalgic, and the Super Bowl loves nostalgia.
Oh, yes, they do.
A lot of the times the performers are nostalgic. I do think we are getting toward, within the next 5 years, we're going to have like a 2000s rock one. I think people are going to go crazy when we do that.
I think they will.
Yeah.
But what's your thoughts about the halftime show for this year?
I'm not very familiar with Bad Bunny as an artist. I know that he does a lot of songs with Cardi B, so there's some rumors that maybe she's gonna be there anyway, so it'd be easy to kind of sneak her in.
See, that's what a lot of guys at practice were talking. They're sitting there thinking she's gonna pop in.
Yeah, I think that's very possible. Apparently, some of his biggest songs are with her, which I know a lot of people that are huge, but I almost said Bugs Bunny. I'm sorry, Bad Bunny fans.
Yeah, what's up, Doc?
Maybe he'll get a shout out in there. But I don't know. I'm interested to see it. I teach a lot of EL kids and kids that have come from Spanish-speaking countries, and he's huge. I mean, he's huge in America, but he's huge everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And that's the appeal of getting him. You get the national markets, and that's everything. So I think he'll probably put together a great show. There's not been many bad shows in our lifetimes. So.
Yeah. There hasn't been, because just what we went off of, just the ones that we remember.
Yeah. And even the ones we didn't love, we're just like, yeah, it was still pretty good.
Yeah, it was still pretty good, yeah.
So I don't know, what do you think?
I'm the same way. I think it's going to be good. I transitioned over to soccer, and I was over at soccer on Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
And that's all they were talking about, is that they were so pumped.
Well, that's what it should be for, the kids should be excited about. So that's good.
And so they're sitting there like, oh, we got to jam out some Bad Bunny at practice today. So I mean, they're like all fired up.
That's awesome. Well, good. And I hope he has a great show. I think it'll be entertaining regardless. I do have one of my bets has to do with him when we get to him.
Okay.
It's pretty funny. Pretty good one. But all right. Well, that wraps up our Super Bowl rankings. Let's see where we're at time-wise. Yeah, we're getting close to wrapping it up here. How about we go ahead, and since Maddie is sadly not with us this week, hopefully she's back next week for her minute.
Oh, yeah, she says she's doing her minute next week and stuff. I just came
Okay.
from practice and didn't have time to swing by the house and get her.
So top restaurants.
Yes,
next
restaurants.
week.
I've got some good ones. I got some good ones.
I did too. We got some good lists, and I'm interested to see Maddie's as well. I don't know. Is she a big McDonald's kid? Is she big with chicken nuggets, that kind of deal?
She is somewhat McDonald's, but if she had to choose just off of the chicken nuggets and stuff, she would go Milo's.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they do have good chicken.
Yeah, they got good chicken. So Milo's, if you like to sponsor Maddie's Minute, please
That's right.
leave us a message and we'll.
We actually will be charging you for that regardless if you ask for it or not. So you will you get that bill in the mail. Don't worry about it. We'll send it right to you.
That's right.
All right. Well, let's look at some weird bets you can make in this year's Super Bowl. I got 2 articles pulled up. This first one is from GridironExperts.com, and we're going to talk about some of the weird ones here. Let's see. Let's start out with, will Seattle attempt to pass from the opponent's 1-yard line?
Oh, my gosh.
The yes is plus 400. No is the favorite. Negative 650. This is all those coaches have been asked in those ridiculous media days.
Yes.
This week. There's been some stupid questions. Some are intentionally stupid. There's one like, is this a must-win game? It's just kind of funny, but also a waste of everybody's time.
Yes.
There was one, and I can't. It was somebody asked this. I don't remember if they asked Sam Darnold or they asked somebody, "Are you going to run a pass from the 1-yard line?" Maybe it's the OC they asked, and he's just like, "Please stop." Like, I respect our history here. Yeah, it was a bad call. We got the 2 Super Bowls back to back. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
And it's like I saw them get asked that so many times this week. But yeah, you can make some money if they do. If you were to bet yes. How many times will Cardi B be shown? Prop bet odds over under 1.5. I'm going over.
I'm taking it way over.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a Taylor Swift quite number, but I think it's going to be.
It's going to be up there. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
They love to put them on there because like they had the same type of thing. Somebody was telling me at work that they had a bet during the Olympics. How many times is Snoop Dogg going to be put on there?
Yeah. Hey, well, if she ends up being in the halftime show, this is easy money.
Oh yeah,
Which seems very.
You can make
very
your money
possible.
back real back.
Yeah. Will an announcer predict the play correctly before it happens? Now, we see this mostly, I feel like, in college football, just because sometimes college teams are a little easier to predict when you've got lopsided matchups. But yes is a negative 180, so you can win some money if it's yes. This one feels like a toss-up to me. This could happen.
Well, it depends. Are they going to have the alternate broadcast where they have like the coaches sitting around the table talking through the plays?
Surely they would put in this if this is just the main.
If it's just the main broadcast,
Yeah.
I would probably take the under.
Yeah. I would take the under. I would say no with Collinsworth in there, but I'd say yes with the coaches if you're doing that podcast. Yeah.
Because that's like with the Pat McAfee alternate cast that they do every now and then, or the Manning cast. That's all they're doing is they're predicting the plays.
Yeah. Chris Collinsworth, will he mention Patrick Mahomes? Yes. Is that's where you can win money is yes. That's so obviously it's gonna happen.
That's his favorite player.
Yeah.
Even when they're not even playing, he has to reference or compare the quarterback to Patrick Mahomes.
I don't understand the favorite. Like, you should win money if it's no. I'm reading this wrong. Yes. So the yes is the favorite. So you win money if no. Yeah, obviously he's gonna reference Patrick Mahomes. I don't know if he's announced a game in the past 5 years where he hasn't.
No, I know. I can't think of one.
Yeah. Will either coach be shown throwing his headset to the ground? No is the favorite. So if they do, you can win some pretty significant money, significant odds there.
You know, that one would be kind of out of both of their characters.
It really
because
would,
they're very both soft-spoken.
Yeah. I don't see that one happening either. And then the last one for this website, how many times will the change be used for measurement over under 1.5? That's a hard one to pick. I would say under.
I would take under on that one too.
Yeah, but who's to say? If it's I mean, Seahawks have a strong defense. Maybe they show up big on third down and they have to bring it out. Will a kicker hit the upright or crossbar on a missed field goal or extra point? Brutal.
Nah, I would say no on that
And
one.
will there be a flea flicker attempt in the game? No.
No.
No
You
way.
got a better chance at an onside kick.
Yeah, I agree. And then let me find my other one. Here we go. And this one comes from 1015, Rock 1015. So shout out to another radio station somewhere in the world. We're the real 1015.
That's what I was about to say. Hey, that's on our side.
Yeah, you're not going to hear them tuning in Jasper, but they are somewhere here. Will Seattle attempt to pass from the 1 yard line? I've already done that one. Will a Patriots linebacker catch a pass? That's one you can bet on. Will the Patriots receiver Stephon Diggs propose to Cardi B after the game? It's only 9% likely.
Depends on if they win it.
Yeah, he's not going to do it if they lose.
Yeah.
What celebrity Patriots fan will be shown on camera first? Mark Wahlberg is at 25%, followed by Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, John Cena, and then John Krasinski. But it's Cardi B, right? So I guess that's why she's not even on there.
Well, I was going to say Tom Brady.
Yeah,
I mean,
he said this week he doesn't have a dog in this fight, which is ridiculous.
yeah, come on, dude.
He can be a homer for this. You're not on the broadcast.
Yeah, you're not on the broadcast.
Yeah.
You could do it. I mean, that's if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be where you're at.
Yeah. Which Bay Area landmark will be shown first, the Golden Gate Bridge or Alcatraz Island? The Golden Gate Bridge.
Bridge, yeah.
You're not going to show Alcatraz first. No. Will Bad Bunny expose a nipple during the halftime show? That's 81% likely. Apparently he likes to go shirtless.
That's what I was about to say. He has to go shirtless.
What song will Bad Bunny start the halftime show with? Excuse me for butchering this. I'm trying on Duolingo. But the odds on the favorite is Titi Me Pregunta at 67%.
That's
Maddie
pretty
was here.
good.
She gave me the look.
I give you props. That was pretty good.
Thank you.
Next time we'll call Kayla Getz and let her
read it
read it for you.
What color liquid will be poured on the winning coach? That's always one, and that's always one that's easily to be rigged. I bet whoever packs that bets the money.
Oh yeah,
I would,
I would say blue.
Blue?
I'd go blue.
I feel like it's always orange, right? Is it not? But I guess both these teams are blue teams.
Yeah, they're blue teams.
Seahawks could maybe do greenish yellow. The
yeah,
lemon lime.
get the lemon lime.
Yeah.
Patriots go Mountain Blast.
Will the official viewership of the game be over or under 118.5 million? The money is on the over, which is 85% or 58% likely. So
I would say it would be the over just because it's two Cinderella stories.
yeah.
I would take that because, if it was going to be another Chiefs Eagles, I would take the under.
Yeah.
But with this being two different teams, even though a lot of people don't like the Patriots, they weren't predicted to be here.
And you're getting a big international market with Bad Bunny.
Oh yeah, you
at
are.
some point,
Yeah.
So. And then last one, who will the MVP mention first in a speech? This is one I always like. He says, God is 75% likely to be first, teammates are second, and in the city or its fans are third. And or it could be Peyton Manning and mention a beer company.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Peyton mentioned the beer company, but I was.
Budweiser he mentioned? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because
he got a lot of money from him.
He did. He got a ton.
Yeah.
And he didn't even mention Omaha. I'm like, come on, that was like you're saying, man. It was Omaha.
Yeah. No.
I'm surprised that nobody was making a bet on who's going to say they're going to Disneyland.
Oh yeah.
Or Disney World, whichever one.
Yeah.
I always forget which
They're in
one's
California,
on.
so they'd say Disneyland.
Yeah, Disneyland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that would be one that they would take a bet on.
I'm sure you can.
I'm
sure if
pretty
you go
sure.
online,
You can probably bet on what kind of socks they're wearing, too.
That's right. Well, guys, we are just 2 days away from the Super Bowl. We can't wait to watch it with you all. Be sure to follow us on our socials. We'll be back throughout the year. We're not going away just because football is. We'll be here to talk about baseball, basketball, keep up with football. This is when all the fun headlines start popping up. And we're going to do some fun stuff on the show, too, to fill those slow weeks. We got some fun topics already starting to get planned there. So we got plenty to come back with. But next week we will be talking about this game, reviewing it, seeing what we think these teams will do next year and whatnot, and looking ahead. And we can't wait to do it there with you. But follow us at TGM Pod on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Follow WJLX on all those places as well. You can listen to us on YouTube, Facebook, or on all your podcast apps, as well, of course, on the radio. Thank you to North Country Ford for being a sponsor. If you'd like to become a sponsor, just reach out to one of those social media pages I just mentioned, or you can email us at gamemanagerspod@gmail.com. If you're looking for somewhere to go on Sunday, Patrick is going to be at Ezra Baptist Church before the big game. Patrick, what are we talking about this week?
We're still going through the book of Joel. We're going to finish up chapter 2, and we've got a fun little outreach project that we're doing afterwards. We're going to Hueytown, to Self-Nursing Home, and we're making those 80 residents our Valentines. We got Valentine's gifts for them that we're going to hand out to them, and we're going to love on them before the big game. And then the youth over there, they're going to have a big Super Bowl, watch party that they're going to be doing. I'm going to be watching it from my couch and everything to be able to get some rest, because we've got big wrestling this weekend for sectionals.
I'm about to say, quickly mention
that. We're going to sectionals. The end of the season rankings came out. We were 5th in 6A in the state.
Very nice.
Which was a lot better than what we were predicting. We've got 8 of the guys. Not 8. We have 10 of the 14 weight classes. Our guys are ranked in seating. 4 of them were ranked in the top 6 in the final poll for the season. And so we're hoping to get everybody, obviously, but we like our chances. We like where we kind of sit with a lot of our brackets, and so we start Friday afternoon. We'll wrestle then. We'll wrestle Saturday, and then whoever qualifies will be prepping for state. That will happen the next week, and then I'm transitioned over to soccer, and we got a good group out there. We're going to try to get Coach Wisdom in on a show to be able to hype it up and talk it up, because a lot of good kids out there. Out there. And you like this. A lot of them said that you're their favorite teacher.
Oh, man, that makes my day. That's awesome.
So they're looking forward to being able to see you come out there and do your media stuff.
Absolutely. Well, good luck to Jasper High School at wrestling, and then we'll, of course, keep you updated on that and soccer as that comes up. But thank you for listening throughout this football season. If you go away, look, we get it, but we hope you stick around with us throughout the offseason. We'll talk about all the crazy news. This is when college football teams start trying to get in the headlines or stay out of them for bad reasons too. So we'll have plenty to talk about. But thank you for following along with us this year, and we can't wait to get into the off season. We will see you next week with a fun Valentine's episode. We got to figure out what kind of Valentine element we're going to implement into this.
Well, we probably need to figure out what we're getting our spouses too.
Yeah, let's figure that out too after the show. All right, well, thank you for listening. Have a great Super Bowl weekend, and we'll see you next time right here on WJLX on the Game Managers Podcast.
Blue 42! Blue 42! Hut! Hike!
Thank you for listening to the Game Managers. Like the show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TGM Pod. Until next week. Goodbye, adios, and sayonara.